Alright, good morning everyone. Specialist Stacy. Today you will be receiving instruction on task 071 Charlie Oscar Mike 0502. That is movement under direct fire. Before we begin, we'll conduct a safety brief. Our risk assessment is low. We'll watch out for fallen trees, fallen tree limbs, because we are out in the field. Debris and high grass, we will be crawling through high grass. Holes in the ground, watch your step. Make sure you know where you're walking. Wildlife, don't mess with the wildlife. If bigger animals approach, we'll move areas to mitigate the risk. In case of an active shooter, we'll run, hide. At the time the need arises, fight back. Weather, it's a pretty nice day out, but this is Kansas, so weather could change in an instant. If we get light rain, we'll still train. Heavy rain, we'll probably start moving back. Thunder or tornadoes, we'll stop it and move inside. Alright, there's that. Now we will conduct a brief. Hands-on PCC, the necessary personnel items you should have on you, which is ID tags, pen and paper, gloves, iPro, IOTV, ACH, and your CAT card. At this time, I will check everybody's PCCs. Okay, everybody's got their PCCs. Now I'll read to you the task, conditions, and standards for this training. The task is movement under direct fire. So we'll be low crawling, high crawling, using proper hand and eye movements. Alright, conditions. You're a member of a team conducting a movement to contact and are under fire from an enemy position that is 250 to 300 meters away from your position. So we'll say about that ridge line over there is the enemy. You have an individual weapon, which we do not have at this time, could not get issued one. Individual combat equipment, and a current fighting position that provides cover from the enemy direct fire. Some iterations of this task should be performed in MOP 4, so they will not be performing in MOP 4. The standards: select a movement route, communicate your intent to move, and suppress enemy fire as needed. Conduct movement using the appropriate techniques based on situation and terrain. Occupy a firing position within 100 meters of the enemy position and engage enemy. There are no special conditions, and at this time we do not have special equipment. Alright, now I'll read you how to properly perform all the steps. Note, while this task may be performed by an individual soldier, it is best performed as a member of a team or as part of a two-man buddy team. Today y'all will be using two-man buddy team. This is the best route, and it gives you more team building. Note, when part of a team, your movement route and general firing position may be determined by your team leader. When moving as part of a team, you must be prepared to follow your team leader's example. Search the terrain to your front for good firing positions. So right now, we got kind of low grass here where we will do a low crawl. We're going to move up to the high grass. We will high crawl from there, move up to the trees. We'll do the 3 to 5 second rush from there, and that will be our firing positions. Large trees, rocks, stumps, fallen timber, rubble, vehicle poles, man-made structures, and folds or creases on the ground may provide both cover and concealment and can be used as firing positions. Just covered all the firing positions. Select the best route to the positions. A gully, ravine, ditch, or wall at a slight angle to your direction of travel may provide cover and concealment when using low or high crawl movement techniques. Hedgerows or a line of thick vegetation may provide concealment only when using the low or high crawl technique, which we are in pretty thick vegetation right now. Pick a route that minimizes your exposure to enemy fire. Ensure route does not cross in front of other team members. Communicate your movement intent to your buddy and team leader as appropriate using hand and arm signals. Suppress the enemy as required. Do not expose yourself to fire unless the enemy is suppressed. Suppression of the enemy may be accomplished by another element, a buddy, or by yourself. With the enemy suppressed, you can select an individual movement route or initiate movement. Conduct movement using the appropriate techniques to reach your position. Move using the high crawl technique. Note, the high crawl lets you move faster than the low crawl and still gives you a low silhouette using the crawl. Use this crawl when there is good cover and concealment, but enemy fire prevents you from getting up. So the high crawl will be more of the taller grass. You have good cover, good concealment. Alright, the high crawl. 1, you will keep your body off the ground. Rest your weight on your forearms and lower legs. Cradle your weapon in your arms. Keep the muzzle of the weapon off the ground. Keep your knees well behind your buttocks so it stays low. Move forward by alternately advancing your right elbow and left knee, and left elbow and right knee. Move using the low crawl technique. Now we'll go over the low crawl. The low crawl gives you the lowest silhouette. It is used to cross places wherever the cover and or concealment are very low and enemy fire or observation prevents you from getting up. So this little bit of vegetation we have right here, we'll use the low crawl. Keep your body as flat as possible to the ground. Grasp the sling of the weapon at the upper sling swivel with your right hand. Let the hand guard rest on your forearm. Keep the muzzle of the weapon off the ground moving forward. Push both arms forward while pulling your right leg forward. Pull on the ground with both arms while pushing your right leg. Repeat steps A and B until you reach your next position. Moved using the rush technique. Now we'll go over the rush, which is your 3 to 5 second run. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. The rush is the fastest way to move from one position to another. Used when you must cross an open area and time is critical. You will raise your hand, select your next position, raise your head, Select your next position, lower your head, draw your arms into your body, pull your right leg forward, raise your body, get up quickly, run for 3 to 5 seconds to your next position, plant both feet just before hitting the ground, fall forward, drop to your knees, slide your right hand down to the heel of the butt of your weapon, break your fall with the butt of your weapon. Continue using movement techniques until you reach your final firing position. Occupy your identified firing position within 100 meters of the enemy position. Assume a firing position. Engage enemy with your individual weapon. Alright, so we just read from the text abstract to go over the low crawl, high crawl, and the rush, 3 to 5 seconds. At this time, I will demonstrate these for you. We will first demonstrate the low crawl, then the high crawl, then we will demonstrate the rush while using proper communication and hand and verbal signals. Alright? If you will hold that for me. When you do this, you will wear your proper PPE, which is your gloves and eye pro. Right here. I'll move over there for the rush. Alright, this time I will demonstrate the low crawl for you. Once I get to the higher vegetation over there, we will demonstrate the high crawl. Alright, you'll be on the ground, small as you can, right hand on your weapon, leg forward, and just grab. There's your high crawl. Before you high crawl, you'll look over to your battle buddy. Either give them a hand movement to move forward, or ask them, battle buddy, cover me while I move forward. Really wears you up. All right, at this time, we'll demonstrate the high crawl. The high crawl is rest your body on your elbows and kind of your legs. Knees up a little bit so you have faster movement. You rest your weapon at the creases of your elbows. I'll demonstrate this for you now. I'll look over my battle buddy, either signal I'm moving forward, or battle buddy, cover me while I move forward. They understand they have you covered, and then you will move. All right, you're in a good firing position now. That is your high and low crawl. We'll move over here to these trees, and I will show you all the 3 to 5 second rush. So if you'll follow me over here. Be moving from this tree to that tree just right on that hill line. As you can see, we have high vegetation, so you can either drop to a knee, or if you feel more comfortable, drop flat on the ground. This time I will demonstrate this for you. On a knee, look over battle buddy, signal them with your hand you're moving forward, or let them verbally know. Battle buddy, cover me while I move forward. They got you covered. Come up, 3 to 5 seconds. Then drop. When you drop, make sure you stop and have both feet planted firmly on the ground. This time I'll demonstrate a more fluid movement, and I also go straight to the ground. Battle buddy, cover me while I move. I got you covered. That battle buddy, cover me while I move. I got you covered. One more time. Battle buddy, cover me while I move. I got you covered. Pick your head up. Drop. Okay. This position, you're about 100 meters away from the enemy base. Let me take my eye pro off so I can see. Now I will give you all some time to practice these movements. I'll be checking on your performance during practice, so please let me know if you have any questions. All right. I'll give you all roughly 15 to 20 minutes to practice. I will be walking around to each group, evaluating, making sure you're using proper movements with the terrain and features, proper hand and verbal commands. Now I will evaluate groups of 2 soldiers at a time. You both will be evaluated on this. I'll read you your task one more time. Your task: you are a member of a team conducting movement to contact and are under fire from an enemy position that is 250 to 300 meters away. From your position, you have an individual weapon, individual combat equipment, and occurring fighting position that provides cover from the enemy's direct fire. You'll have to move efficiently to 100 meters of the enemy position and engage the enemy. Select a movement route, communicate your intent to move, and suppress enemy fire as needed. Conduct movement using the appropriate techniques based on situation and terrain. Let's check to make sure you have everything you need to properly perform this task. Alright. Need everybody to get into battle buddy teams. Everybody in battle buddy teams. Alright, let's begin. Everybody is a go. So most everybody is a go. We have 2 no-goes. So I will record your results on your 5164. Retrain for this task will take place at 0900 on the 20th of November 2020, right here beside the softball fields behind Moon Lake. Uniform will be ACU in full kit and the same items that we conducted PCCs on today. Reevaluation for this task will take place at 1000 on the 20th of November 2020 at this position by the softball fields behind Moon Lake. Same uniform, ACUs, full kit, and same items for PCCs. To hire, the results of my training are, give them the results of the training. Please help me police up my area, my training aids, and get my materials together. Once these are all conducted, or are all accounted for, you will perform a police call of the area. Police call is done. All training aids and materials are brought back. Gather around and we'll conduct a quick AAR for today's training. I was supposed to create a block instruction on task 071, Charlie Oscar Mike 0502, movement under direct fire. I was then supposed to conduct a safety brief, PCCs check, and introduce you to the task. I was then supposed to allow you time to practice and then evaluate you. I was supposed to correctly record and report my results and then conduct this AAR. What did happen today? Tell me. What went right? What went wrong? How can I improve for next time? Thank you. I will now conduct a final hands-on PCC of everyone's equipment. So I need everybody to get out their ID tags, pen, paper, gloves, iPro, IOTV, ACH, CAT cards. Okay, everybody has his items. I'm requesting to close out the training site. Training site is closed out.